welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me again. Today's layout is another A4 layout, and instead of using a white background, I'm going to challenge myself and use a colour background. So I'm using this, it was a 12 by 12 sheet of card, navy blue card, and I've cut it down to A4 size. But to make it not so intimidating, I'm going to use this white gesso. And just use my fingers to soften it out at the edges. I've applied it with just a normal paintbrush, and then, like I say, just to soften it out at the edges, just rubbing it in with my fingers and spreading it about a bit. And yeah, just creating an area to put my photos on, and just so that the coloured card isn't too intimidating, because like I say, I'm used to working on white card. It's not very often that I use coloured cardstock. So these two photos, I've printed them in black and white. It's me and my little boy. I took some photos of him as we was walking back from the shop, and it was really, really foggy this day, but he absolutely loved it. And I used the title "It's Cold Outside," which is Confessions of a Paper Addict Cutfile, and it seemed apt because all the way around to the shop he kept saying "Mummy cold, Mummy cold," which is one of his favourite sayings. Whenever he's cold, he rubs his arms together and says that, so it seemed the perfect title. So now I'm just using some acrylic white paint. I've just added a little bit of water to it and just creating some splatters around the edges. Now, when you're creating a mixed media background, like at the minute, this doesn't look very good. It's always better once you've added your photos and your embellishments and everything on top of it. So if you're new to mixed media, just bear with it, keep going, keep trying your photos on, and it will turn out fine. Just have faith in it. Like I say, when you're doing a mixed media background, it doesn't always look great to start with. So now I'm just going to mount my photos onto some white cardstock, just to give them a white border, and I will be mounting one of the photos onto some foam pads, just to give it a bit of dimension. And there's quite a bit of bare space on that photo on the left hand side, so yeah, in the end result, I think I swapped the photo over and put the right one on the left and the left one on the right, and raised the right one up, so it just covers that little bit of blank space there. So these are just two spare snowflake cut files that I had from a previous layout. I'm just going to add one to each corner, and I'm just now cutting a navy and a white tag just to pop behind the photos, and a little silver glitter tab that I used with my punch. They're little things from Lucy's cards. They're little tiny look like little glass dots, and they look like drops of water, and absolutely perfect for cold layouts. They are, if you've got a toddler or something splashing about in the water, or in summer, they're good for water photos, seaside photos maybe. They just catch the light and they sparkle. So now what I'm doing is I'm just adding a layer of tissue paper behind my photographs, just to soften it up a bit. I didn't really want to use much pattern paper on this, and in the end I ended up using no pattern paper, but I just wanted a layer of something behind the photo, in between the photo and the cardstock, So, and with it being foggy, the tissue paper is a perfect layer to go behind the photos. So that's why I'm adding the tissue paper. Tissue paper, cheap enough to buy, but my tissue paper is from when I bought my stash online, and it comes in the box wrapped up in the tissue paper. It's perfect to keep, and I've got loads of it. So yeah, just seeing how I want the photos. This is when I decided to swap the photos around because of all the space on the right hand side of that photo on the left. It's quite empty, but if you look further into the background of the photo, you can see all the fog. So yeah, it's not a snowy layout, but the white and the snowflakes obviously give it that cold effect, and it was cold. I think it was something like -1, which might not seem cold to some people if you live in places where it can get really cold, but -1 is cold enough for me. So yeah, I'm just getting some silver thread and just trying to separate it to put through the tags, one on each. And yeah, just sticking the snowflakes down using the wet glue, just because the snowflakes are quite intricate, so trying to get some double-sided tape on there, it wouldn't be easy. So wet glue always comes in handy for the finer things. So now just getting the photos attached to them tags and the tab on the left hand side. I do have to redo the tags because I ended up putting the navy one in the wrong place. I didn't want it there. So I ended up moving it. There we go, just moving that navy blue tag now and repositioning it. And then sticking that white tag on to the back, and then popping that second photo onto some foam tape, positioning that snowflake because I know that's where I want it to go, sticking that down with the wet glue again. And just getting ready to stick the photos down into position now, and decided the title was going to go just below it. I would like to have raised the cut file onto foam pads, but it just wasn't thick enough. This is a lovely little cut file. I've had it cut for quite a while now. I got myself a Cricut for my birthday. It was my 40th birthday on Christmas Eve, so I decided a couple of months before, I decided to treat myself to a Cricut machine, Explorer 2. So now I can cut my own cut files and things, and I've had the money's worth out of it already. So like I say, I've had this one cut for quite a while, and I went a bit crazy when I first bought it and was cutting all sorts of cut files out. I've got I just store them in A4 pockets ready for when I want to use them. So here I'm just sticking down the clear dots. You can use any sort of glue as long as it dries clear. This glue that I'm using, it dries clear, and just put a blob on, sit it on top, and you will see the glue underneath it to start with, but once it's dried, obviously it dries clear and you won't be able to see it after that. And when they catch the light, they are beautiful. They're from Lucy's Cards. I'll put a link in the comments, in the description, sorry. So yep, just adding a few more of these about. I'm not adding too many at the minute because I do want to do some machine stitching in a minute. So yeah, there's the stitching just across the cut file, and I've also added some Stickles glue, just some lines of stickle glue around the white, just, you know, just to catch that frosty cold effect. And just adding another silver tab on that right hand side behind that second photo. And now I can add some more of the glass dots. Didn't want to add too many round near the cut file where it was going to catch on the machine. So yeah, Dovecraft. I'm just going to add some more of that glue now in the places that I was waiting to put it before the stitching. Just going to add some enamel dots. And this layout, I'm going to enter it into the FTLOPP birthday competition, and I think this one's going to be chocolate fudge cake. It's FTLOPP's birthday, so we're having an online crop till about the 10th of January, I think it is, and each challenge is to do with cake. So this one will be chocolate fudge cake, which is 2 choices. The choices was more is more, or use favourite stash item, or you can use both. So I decided to enter this for the chocolate fudge, for use my favourite stash, because my favourite stash at the minute is them little clear dots and enamel dots. I use enamel dots nearly on every layout. So yeah, it's going to go into that one, and it's for the chance to win a FTLOPP birthday pencil. So you can never have too many pencils when you're a crafter. Now just adding a white doodly border with a gel pen. I think it just finishes it off nicely. And then down the bottom I will just add only a couple of lines of journaling, also in white pen. And you'll be able to see the effect of the Dovecraft glitter glue and the glass dots on the close-up photos at the end. So yeah, that's that layout done. Thanks for joining me. See you again soon. Bye for now.